in the successful implementation of the second phase of the Gaza peace plan. This includes ensuring a lasting ceasefire.
A stunning development in Great Britain. Former Prince Andrew arrested in connection with his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. It follows weeks of new revelations about their friendship following the U.S. Justice Department's release of millions of files from the Epstein case.
At some point, associates of Jeffrey Epstein will wind up in handcuffs too.
You know,
so aliens are real.
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Okay, stop what you're doing. A senior British royal just got arrested, and that alone should set off alarms for anyone who thinks powerful people are untouchable. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. Yeah, that. Andrew, caught up in an Epstein-related investigation on his birthday, no less. And here's why this matters right now. It's not just gossip, it's accountability, government access, influence, and who gets protected when the spotlight gets hot. And Trump's already chiming in, so let's get into it. If you love explosive content like this and want to see more, click that subscribe button.
NBC's Raf Sanchez is in London for us. Raf, good morning to you. First of all, what have you been able to learn so far?
Craig, good morning. This is a fast-moving situation, but here's what we know so far. British police took former Prince Andrew into custody early this morning, local time, in Norfolk. That is in the east of England. It's where he's been living since he was forced out of his royal home in Windsor earlier this month. Now, police are not officially naming him. They are saying at this point that they have taken a man in his 60s into custody, and the allegation, Craig, is misconduct in public office. This is effectively an allegation of corruption. Now, this is important because Andrew, of course, has faced repeated allegations that he sexually abused some of Epstein's trafficking victims. British police are saying that at this point, they are looking into allegations he misused his public office. Now, they are not giving further details at this point, but what we do know is in that massive release of Department of Justice emails from the convicted sex offenders' accounts, there were emails from Prince Andrew, who was a prince back then, back in 2010 to Jeffrey Epstein. He was serving at that point as a trade envoy for the British government. He had access to sensitive trade information, and he sent some of that trade data to Epstein. Again, this is back in 2010. This is after Epstein was convicted in Florida in 2008 when the prince was sending him these emails. Now, this is a serious offense if he is charged. It's worth saying at this point he has been arrested. He has not been charged. This is an offense that can carry prison time. And it underscores, Craig, just the stunning fall from grace we have been discussing with royal historians here in London this morning, trying to find any precedent for this. No one can think of a situation in the modern era where the king's younger sibling has been arrested on suspicion of public corruption and is potentially facing charges. In terms of what would happen next year, first steps would be some kind of decision about bail, and then it would be in the hands of prosecutors over whether to formally bring charges.
Oh my God, misconduct in public office. That is not tabloid fluff. That's the kind of charge that says you didn't just hang around a predator. You allegedly leveraged the machinery of the state like it was a party favor. And let's be real. Andrew's Epstein stink has been radioactive for years, from that disaster 2019 interview to the 2021 civil settlement with Virginia Jeffrey that he didn't fight in open court. Now, the allegation isn't even the abuse claims. It's corruption, access, sensitive info. That's the institutional rot part. And the historical angle matters. A senior royal getting hauled in, that's a stress test for the whole monarchy's above it all brand. Also, note how the story is already orbiting Trump, because he cannot resist making Epstein-adjacent accountability about himself every single time.
Former Prince Andrew arrested by the police there, related to something with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think people in this country at some point, associates of Jeffrey Epstein, will wind up in handcuffs too?
Well, you know, I'm the expert in a way because I've been totally exonerated. That's very nice. I can actually speak about it very nicely. I think it's a shame. I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family. It's a very, very sad. To me, it's a very sad thing. When I see that, it's a very sad thing. To see it and to see what's going on with his brother, who's obviously coming to our country very soon, and he's a fantastic man, the king. So I think it's a very sad thing. It's really interesting because nobody used to speak about Epstein when he was alive, but now they speak. But I'm the one that can talk about it because I've been totally exonerated. I did nothing. In fact, the opposite. He was against me. He was fighting me in the election, which I just found out through the last 3 million.
No. Did you catch that move? He gets asked a simple accountability question and immediately turns it into a personal alibi commercial. That's the whole MARGA playbook. Don't answer, recenter, reframe, declare victory, move on. And totally exonerated is doing a lot of imaginary heavy lifting. Exonerated by who? His own mouth. Because what we actually have in the public record is long reported proximity. The photos, the quotes, the braggy old social circle nonsense. And instead of saying, let the facts come out, prosecute anyone who abused power, he's busy grading how sad it is for the royal family, like the real victim here is the palace PR team. Also, that little jab about Epstein fighting me in the election, that's conspiracy-flavored smoke. This is how accountability gets poisoned. Turn evidence into vibes, then dare the media to chase it.
Something that got a lot of attention this week. Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
What was
he made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to, so if you want to make an announcement.
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
We know illegal aliens are real.
Yeah, illegal. Only illegals.
So here's the tell. When the heat gets even vaguely real, he runs to wordplay and culture war punchlines like it's a panic room. You're watching two systems collide. In the UK, even a royal can get hauled in, questioned for hours, searched, and left waiting on prosecutors. That's what the law takes its course looks like. Messy, slow, but public-facing. And on our side, you've got a sitting U.S. president treating scrutiny like a comedy set. Aliens, illegal jokes, anything to keep you from asking the boring grown-up question, who used power, who protected who, and who's still getting away with it. And for everybody screaming, witch hunt, spare me. Accountability isn't a conspiracy. It's the price of holding office. Stay loud, stay informed, and don't let survivors get erased while powerful men turn the cameras into smoke machines.